Watch what is happening here, live and direct. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is the eighth in series of the Pan Africa International Real Estate and Awards. I have some names to recognize, but I just made an appeal. I'll appreciate if that is adhered to so that we get your name pronounced correctly. It is different when somebody writes and there is a spelling error, except you forgive me if your name is not properly announced and pronounced. Thank you very much. So I have, and so I would like to recognize them and as I called your names. Fine Leaf Estate Limited, please your hands together for this wonderful company. Chia Group, please your hands together for them. Gas Vine Properties Limited, please your hands together for them. Smart Concept Properties Limited, your hands together. TT Fame Group, please your hands together. Real Estate Warriors, your hands together. MR Properties International Limited, your hands together. Plush Assets and Investment Limited, your hands together. Real Estate Masterclass, please your hands together. Osita Properties and Homes Limited, please your hands together. UR9 Group, please your hands together. Toby Empire Limited, your hands together. Standard Global Concept, please your hands together. I didn't get this right, but let me just try. GOE Realtors Global Services, please your hands together. Rio Integrated Ventures, please your hands together. Toyi Ilori Consulting, your hands together. Real Estate Development Limited, your hands together. Tail Jin Nigeria Limited, please your hands together. If you're here and I've not mentioned the name of your company, please do me the needful by sending your name and I will do the needful. Now, I want to believe every of this company I just mentioned have their CEOs. Am I correct? I will appreciate if I have the names of your CEOs so that I can recognize it properly. Thank you very much. Okay, quickly, the time is right, the time is now to listen to the convener of the 8th Pan Africa International Real Estate Awards and Housing Summit. This is a man with a vision and on a mission to make sure real estate, not only in Nigeria, but in Africa, is given its pride of place. Think about it. Without you, as realtors, putting up houses, homes for people to live in, just imagine what it would have been like. And not to talk of a class of, a touch of class, a taste that is second to none, a house you call home, a home that gives you dream that takes you into your future. Because there's difference, a lot of people are living their hands together for yourselves. Let me invite the convener to quickly come up stage. This is a man with a vision and a mission. He has been to places, you've seen faces, taken this campaign to different African countries, South Africa, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Benin Republic, most recently, just some couple of months ago. We're all there to celebrate the rich heritage of that wonderful country. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, if your hands are not busy, let's welcome this amazing personality, a goal-getter, a visionary leader, an enterprising media guru. Please your hands together for Prince Dave Onyo.
Good morning, everybody. Please, before I say anything here, I want you to jam your hands together for yourself. Thank you. Good morning, distinguished guests, industry leaders, partners, and members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor and immense excitement that I welcome you all to this important gathering focused on one of the most dynamic and transformative sector shaping the African future. I am both proud and humble to stand before such an esteemed audience, investors, policymakers, and professionals who understand that real estate is not just about building, it is about the future. According to projection, over 60% of Africans will be living in cities by 2050. This means millions of homes to build, offices to be built, malls to be built, schools to be built, hospitals to be built, logistics, and smart cities. Africa real estate promise lies not just in the potential, but in its diversity, resilience, and untapped market. Urban housing is a new opportunity for public-private partnership. In Kenya, tech-driven real estate platforms are disrupting how properties and markets are marketed or sold. In Ghana, Rwanda is indeed redefining real estate. Yes, we know that the road ahead is not without challenges. Land reforms, financing gaps, regulatory inconsistencies by the government, and infrastructure deficits still exist. But as every investor knows, challenges are the birthplace of innovation. We are already seeing bold solutions being provided by the real estate sector. As developers, we must think sustainably. As investors, we must be bold, long-term thinkers. As government, we must create policies that protect both the investors and the citizens. And collectively, we must ensure that growth is inclusive, affordable, and accessible. Together, we are not just witnessing real estate rise in Africa, we are building the foundation of a thriving, connected, and empowered continent. I want to especially thank you all for coming to this event today. As part of my duties as the editor-in-chief of the prestigious Pan-Africa International magazine and media group, I want to especially thank our partners, those that have supported us in one way or the other to make this event happen. I want to thank in our midst a man that I respect so much. He came all the way from Anambra State. Please join me, if your hands are not too busy, to celebrate Archbishop Dr. Onyeka Joseph Ezekesi. Let's put our hands together for him. We thank you so much. Also, I want you to join me to celebrate this dynamic engineer, a man that I've been to places, a real estate developer, an investor, well known all over the world. Please put your hands together as I call engineer Kayode Olorunfemi, the MD Kai Group. He's a wonderful personality. He's in the board of over 4 organizations. He's indeed a wonderful African. Please, let's put our hands together once again for him. Also, we have in our midst the chairman CEO of Gasvine Properties Limited, by name ESV, Dr. Ozile Godwin. Please, let's put our hands together for this wonderful personality. Gasvine Properties. Also, all the way from Warri, we have in our midst Mrs. Angela Ifoma, the MD CEO of Smart Concept Properties Limited. She's not here alone. She's here with her handsome husband. Let's put our hands together for him also. We also have in our midst the MD of TT Fame Group. Let's recognize and welcome Mrs. Fumi Olubiyi. Let's put our hands together for her. In our midst, as one of our supporters, we have in our midst the real estate warrior, Dr. Desire Peter and Nogunu. Let's put our hands together for him. We have the CEO of Real Estate Warriors. We also have in our midst as one of our supporters, all the way from Port Harcourt, Mr. Property International. Let's put our hands together for him. Also, we have in our midst from Abuja, we have Mr. Wale David Oluwaseyin, the MD CEO of Toby Empire. Let's put our hands together for him. We thank you for your support. We also have in our midst, all the way from Benin City, the MD of Standard Global, Pastor Victor Obuka. Let's put our hands together. We also have in our midst the MD of GOE Reuters Global Services Limited, Dr. Ambassador Giwa. Please, let's put our hands together. All the way from the capital city, Abuja, we have in our midst the MD CEO of Rio Integrated Ventures Limited, ably represented by Mrs. Ariji Catherine Benson. Let's put our hands together for her. Also, we have in our midst the MD of Tony Ilorin Consulting, Mrs. Tony Ilorin from Abuja. Let's put our hands together. We also have in our midst this outstanding, handsome real estate player. Please, let's put our hands together to Ambassador Dr. Henry Ibokwe, the MD of High Real Estate Development Limited. From Abuja, we also have the chairman, MD, CEO of Tahidjem Nigeria Limited, simply called TJ Homes from Abuja. Let's put our hands together. We also have in our midst one woman that is making a lot of impact in the industry across the continent. Please, let's put our hands together for the MD CEO of Plush Assets and Investment Limited. Let's put our hands together for her. Plush Assets and Investment Limited. She's here in our midst. Thank you. We also have this wonderful personality in our midst. She has been to places across the globe. She's a real estate practitioner. She's a lawyer. She has sit in different conferences across different countries. Please, let's recognize in our midst Barrister Peace and Nom Nize. Please, let's put our hands together for her. She has written so many books, several books. So maybe today you can pick a copy for yourself. She's the MD CEO of Real Estate Masterclass Hub Limited. Once again, let's put our hands together for her. We also have the chairman CEO of Ostia Properties Homes Limited. Let's put our hands together for this dynamic chairman. In our midst, we also have all the way from Abuja, the MD of Honorable Dr. Uriel Eze. Let's put our hands together for him. I would not want to bore you with so many talk here. Today, Pan Africa International Real Estate has found 18 organizations worthy to receive the Pan Africa International Real Estate Award and Housing Conference, and the list is as follows. We have in number 1, please, I want you to clap for this dynamic awardees because it's not easy to be awarded by this prestigious organization. We have in our midst, in the category of the most outstanding real estate man of the year 2025, will be presented to Onyeka Joseph Ezekwesili. Let's put our hands together. Archbishop is a dynamic real estate player and is also a philanthropist. He's a man of timber and caliber. He has been across the world. We say congratulations to you for height and for this award. Number 2, we have in the category of the best construction and housing solution company of the year 2025 will be presented to Kai Group. Please, let's jam our hands together. And we have the MD CEO by name, Engineer Dr. Kalde, who will be receiving this award on behalf of his company. We also have in the category of the most preferred real estate company of the year award 2025, the MD of Gas Vine Properties will be receiving this award in this category. Also, we have in the position 4, in the category of the most outstanding rater of the year award 2025 will be presented to Mrs. Angela Ifoma, the managing director of Smart Concept Properties Limited. We also have in the category of the most outstanding real estate marketing and property management company of the year will be presented to the managing director of TT Fame Group. Please, our hands together. In the category of the most outstanding real estate personality of the year will be presented to Dr. Desire Peter and Nogonu. Please, our hands together. In the category of the most promising and dynamic real estate company of the year, award 2025 will be presented to Mr. Property International, all the way from Port Harcourt. In the category of will be presented to the MD of Toby Empire Limited, all the way from Abuja. In the category of the most affordable land and property services company of the year award 20 will be presented to GO Reuters Global Services Limited. Our hands together for him. In the category Most Outstanding Real Estate Services Provider Company of the Year Award 2025 will be presented to Real Integrated Ventures Limited, all the way from Abuja. Our hands together. In the 11th category, the fastest growing and reliable surveyor and valuation company will be presented to Tony Ilorin Consulting Limited. Please, our hands together. In the category of the Most Outstanding Property Company of the Year Award 2025 will be presented to the MD CEO of HI Real Estate Development Limited. Our hands together for them. In the category of the Most Outstanding Civil Construction Real Estate Company of the Year Award 2025 will be presented to the MD Tehil Gem Nigeria Limited. Our hands together. The Most Reliable Real Estate Company of the Year Award 2025 will be presented to the MD Plush Assets and Investment Limited. Our hands together for them. Also, a special award of excellence for outstanding contribution to the real estate growth and development will be presented to Barrister Peace O and Nom Neze. Please, our hands together. In the 16th category, the Most Inspiring Technological Driving Real Estate Company of the Year will be presented to Ostia Properties and Homes Limited. Let's put our hands together for them. In the 17th categories, we announce to you for the category of the Most Innovative Real Estate Personality of the Year Award to be presented to Pastor Victor Obaka, the lead pastor, WCN Ministry, and CEO of Standard Global Consult. Let's put our hands together. The last but not the least, in the category of the Most Outstanding Real Estate Entrepreneur of the Year 2025 will be presented to the MD of URO9 Group, all the way from Abuja, Honorable Dr. Uriel Eze. Let's put our hands together for him. Without wasting time, because I know time is of essence, so that we can take the lectures and then we move to the buffet and all of that. I want to especially thank you, our distinguished awardees, our distinguished guests, our distinguished persons or personalities across all walks of life for finding time to be here today. Before I ask you to stand up in a standing ovation for yourself, to jam your hand, I want to tell you that Pan Africa International is an international media group. We are in 18 countries. We've held conferences across the continent of Africa. How many of you were with us in Cotonou, Benin Republic? How many of you? All right. Thank you so very much. Please do me a favor. Just be on your feet and just jam your hand together, because we recognize that you are a very, very, very special person in our midst. Please, let's, in a standing ovation. Thank you very much. Welcome to the 8th Pan-Africa International Real Estate Awards and Housing Conference 2025. Congratulations to all our audience. Please put your hands together for yourself.
Thank you so much. When you listen to a man with a vision and on a mission to deliver on promises made 8 years ago, and this is why in the real estate business, this is the 8th in series. It's an amazing time to be alive, to witness some of the innovations, disruptive one indeed, that makes us distinguish as Africans. For those who were in doubt about what Africans are capable of doing, we are beginning to show the world that we have what it takes, not just to lead, but to be the best. Please put your hands together for yourselves again. It's all about. Congratulations to some of us who have got the dreams and still aspiring to greatness. Congratulations to those who will to receive the awards and to do the needful. But I must add, this award you're receiving today is not for you to stop. No, it's just to spur you to greatness. This is just the beginning of greater things to come. If you thought you'd done it all, I can assure you, you just start beginning with Pan Africa, because we keep bringing changes, we keep making those moves that want to make you think, what have I really done? Today, you'll be seeing some of that in the class and categories of award, in the class of presentation, and more than anything else, the total package that makes Pan Africa tick, unique, distinguished in the class of its own. Welcome to that moment. All right, the time is right, the time is now to unveil the new face of the Pan Africa International Magazine 2025, the Real Estate Award and Housing Summit edition. This is one magazine that goes places in 16 countries, counting. The whole of Africa put together is about 50. The best we've had is 17 countries in attendance in one sitting. At times we ask ourselves as a people, we must take care of some of the bureaucratic bottlenecks that makes it difficult for some countries to move into other countries. We must be able to flow with the ease of doing business. I remember the last time we were in Ghana, a lot of real estate owners from Nigeria came to Ghana, and what they did was amazing. They taught Ghanaians for the first time that you can have houses at a reduced price. They taught Ghanaians for the first time that you can have a house where you can stay for just a month and be comfortable. Innovations they brought to Ghana was second to none. Swiss Aliza Spirit Hotel was the venue for that event, and it was remarkable. We have heads of government of different countries who came together to make sure Africans don't just experience the best when they go to Europe, but within African soil, they can get the finest you can ever imagine. And this is what you're all about. This is why you are in this business, to continue to change and bring those perceptions that no one thought can be possible. You are here to make things possible. And in your lifetime, you will make the difference that history will keep record about what you've done. As the CEO of the company, not taking chances, disrupt innovations, and be the best you can ever be. Ladies and gentlemen, may I on this note request that all the chief executive officers of all the companies listed there, can you please rise on your feet as you join me on this amazing platform? Please come through this entrance as we wait for you to come on the podium. Please, your hands together for all the CEOs as they come forward.
Lockdown.
It's going to be a very big family.
Please, we want to invite all the awardees only and the CEOs only to come for this important launch, unveiling of the September edition of the prestigious Pan Africa International. Please, all the awardees, CEO, or if you are representing your CEO, please just come for this important unveiling. The Pan Africa International magazine is in 18 countries. Is in 18 countries in Africa, please. And thousands of copies have been published already. After the unveiling, we are going to be sending it across all countries in Africa to tell your stories. And
so, as it is in a tradition, this is one moment I cherish so much, because this is about what has never been and is brand new. All right, distinguished guests, we have a chairman for this lunch, and we also have a vice chairman. I may not get your name correctly. Can you call the names, please?
all right, let's have Archbishop for this unveiling to be the chairman, to hand over this magazine to all awardees. And also we have Ambassador Engineer Kayode to be the vice. So engineer will be following the Archbishop. You know, you are our boss now. You know, so we'll start from here.
Okay, so this is how we roll. The magazine will be given to the chairman. The chairman takes the magazine, fills it first, and passes it to the vice chairman, and then it goes around to everybody. This is the pride with which. Okay, fine. Vice chairman takes. Cameras rolling. Action. You can go back to your stand. Okay, so let's go this way. Okay, good. Okay, that's nice. This is another style. Okay, with honor. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for this special assignment. Immediately, everyone is served. You now listen to the next action. I love this moment. For those of you that are yet to receive, don't worry, it will get to you. Congratulations. I love to see the fastest finger. I wish this is hot seat and a good competition. You can imagine what will happen. Nice one. Okay, we have just 2 more to go. 2 more to go. And we are done with this segment. Cameras rolling. And now, this is where the drama starts. Chairman, Vice Chairman, can you go into the middle of this audience? Go into the middle of them as you stand with it. Chairman, hold your own copy too. Yes. Go into the middle because cameras must zoom on every one of you. Okay? All right. Mr. Chairman, sir. Thank you so much. Cameras rolling. Action. Thank you. Now go into the midst of your colleagues. Maintain your position. Vice Chairman, stand by him. Create the middle for Mr. Chairman, please. Now, this is your first assignment. Place the magazine at your chest level while you face the camera with it, the front page. Cameras rolling. Make sure you capture everyone. Now, this is what is going to happen. The cameras will zoom from the first to the last person. Keep smiling because you're being shown to a global audience right now. And the link on YouTube is Inet MTV. So if you want to tell your friends, they can click on YouTube, Inet MTV, to watch this proceeding live. All the media organizations are here. We have K Square. You want to see your face? We see NTA channels, MITV, Silverbird, LTV, Galaxy Television, and more online television. Are we good? Now your next assignment is this. Take it from the wrap. Cameras rolling on you. The moment you take it from your wrap, flip through the pages. Stop where your advert or your company is. Cameras rolling. Let's see who gets there first. Oh my God. Vice Chairman, you're hot. If you're having more than one page, you're a superstar. All right, show us when you get to your place. All right. Keep smiling as you show it to the world. All right. Are we good? I see somebody still trying to get to where he or she is. Is it that difficult? Okay, find a way. You got, yeah? All right, beautiful. Okay, at your chest level, cameras rolling. Zoom on every one of them. Are we good? Are we good? Cameras. And now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you. Before you walk away, this is the most interesting part. Have you seen your advert or yourself? You are there, right? Now, this moment, DJ, drop it a bit. This is the moment that shows to the world that as Africans, we have what it takes to do what global audience do for events like this. So what do I really mean? What I mean is simple. Mr. Chairman, the Vice Chairman, I don't know if you are government officials, because I know it's only government officials that are not permitted to announce whatever they launch magazine with. But secretly, you can talk to the organizer and make your presentation. But this is what we want to achieve today. Because we want this change that will last, Archbishop, the Vice Chairman, we're not asking for a lot. You know, a lot is light. We're asking for alarm. The thing that will make us shake and remember 2025 right here, before the global audience. Please, I want you to put your hands together for the chairman. He's taking the lead and others will follow with him. If you hear the first billion, don't be afraid. Take it in good faith.
Please, dear awardees, we congratulate you sincerely for winning this award. This unveiling is to enable the sustainability of this international publication. Thousands of copies have been published in this quality. The circulation alone would take us a lot of money to send to South Africa, Swaziland, Ghana. It will indeed cost us a lot of money. That is why we know you have supported in your own way, but however you can still, so that we can take this news across the globe. For 13 years, we have been consistent. But some of you that have been with us in South Africa and other countries, Sierra Leone, Ghana, we were in Cotonou just some few months ago, preaching the African pride, telling the world that Africa can do it. So we've been very consistent and we publish every month. But for the month of September, we have dedicated this edition to you. There's no other advert from anywhere, just to celebrate you because you are very important to us. So we congratulate you and we say thank you for your support. The chairman will take the lead, just, talk to your people, and then we go for the next section. The food is ready so that we can eat and let everything be fast.
All right. You know, at times when you ask a chairman who is big, strong, reliable to take the lead to announce first, you might create some panic in the minds of others. So we're going to give others first the opportunity so that chairman listens and then he top it finally. So, sir, we'll begin with you. You just tell us your name, your company, and then you feel free to enjoy your money.
Right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ambassador Felix. My name is Ambassador Felix Festus Benjamin, the MD CEO of Mr. Property International Group. We are based in Port Harcourt and we also have a branch here in Lagos and Abuja. Apart from real estate, which we've been found privileged to be nominated here as one of the awardees, we are also into travel and tour. Yes, we are also a major stakeholder in the travel and tour. By the grace of God, I'm the group chairman of the Mr. Property International Group. Those of you that don't know, popularly on social media and even on radio, I'm known as Mr. Property. Simple. By the grace of God, we also want to support this launching with 100,000. Thank you.
Please, your hands together. Nice speech, nice advert, 100K. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ambassador Henry Ibokwe, the MD CEO, HI Real Estate Development Limited. I will be supporting this journey with the total sum of 200,000 naira.
Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Blessed. I'm representing Real Homes, CPL Obaro Razak. I'll get across to the convener when I communicate. Thank you.
Vice Chairman, you will speak before the chairman.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Desire Peter Anagunu. I'm the president of Real Estate Warrior. I'm excited to be here today and we will be supporting the unveiling of this magazine, the 150,000.
Thank you. Amazing.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amadi Doris Ifeyiwa. I'm the Regional General Manager of Gasvine Properties Limited. We will definitely get back to you. Thank you.
That's romantic. Definitely get back to us. Nice one. So please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ajuze Hope Chinano from Gasvine Properties Limited. We are representing General Manager. We'll get back to you. Yeah.
I love it when you get back to us in real time.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mrs. Angelica Ifoma Omogene. Thank you so much, Pan Africa. We'll certainly get back for you. From Smart Concept Properties, they also says, thank you so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Laura. I'm representing Standard Global Consult, so we'll get back to you.
Good afternoon. My name is Desmond Teniola, Business Development Executive of TT Properties. We'll get back to you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. I want to sincerely appreciate the organizers for this opportunity, and I'm going to do an anonymous donation. Thank you so much.
Good day, everyone. I'm Aderonke by name, a representative of Toby Empires Limited. So I would have to get back to the management. I mean, I would report to the management and get back.
Thank you so much. Nice one for those who made their presentation. And now to my vice chairman.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Engineer Kayode Olorunfemi. I'm the managing director of Kai Group. We support this now and we keep supporting. We give a token of $500,000.
Thank you. I know why I did what I did. Take a look at my chairman. He is big, he is strong, he's reliable, he's Mr. Capable, the Archbishop himself. Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to hear the biggest alarm for 2025. Your hands together for Mr. Chairman, sir.
Praise the Lord. May God bless us all, the ladies and gentlemen, and my co-relators. I want to first of all appreciate the organizers of this Pan-African Award for the opportunity and the encouragement, because we value encouragement in Igbo land. I na seen it to Dicken and Gome on Merkwazo. We have supported a little, but because we would want this to continue to grow, we will just support with a little token of 10 million.
Wait. You add 10 million and you're still sitting? Put your hands together with a standing ovation. 10 million naira. Thank you. And now, before you walk away, ladies and gentlemen, convener, can you stand? Okay, you shift now to the middle, sir. I know. You shift now to the middle. Vice Chairman. Okay, good. The rest of us, let's form a curve so that we take these pictures. All right. Keep smiling.
World's greatest. I am a mountain. I am a tall tree. Oh, I am a swift wind sweeping the country. I am a river down in the valley. Oh, I am a vision and I can see clearly. If anybody asks you who I am, just stand up tall, look them in the face and say,
Please, I want you to network, exchange your cards, all right? Because this conference is not just come and receive a word. We want you to do business together, please, because that is one of the problems we have seen real estate companies are competing with themselves instead of collaborating. You know, and I know all of you because I was part of the team that did our investigation to know if you qualify for this award or not. I know you can work together. So please exchange your contact, know each other, and then we move to our seats. You know, we want to make sure that we round up on time. Please network with yourself. Exchange contact.
Look them in the face and say, I'm that star up in the sky. I'm that mountain peak up high. Hey, I made it. I'm the world's greatest. And I'm that little bit of hope when my back's up against the ropes. I can feel it. I'm the world's greatest. In the ring of life, I'll reign love. I will reign, and the world will know it's the king. Oh yeah, yeah. There's darkness, I shine light. Shine light. And there's a success in me. That I made it. I'm the world's greatest. I'm that little bit. I'm that little bit. Oh, yeah. My back's up against the wall. I can feel it, feel it. I'm the world's greatest. Oh, I'm that star up in the sky. I'm that mountain peak. Oh, yes, I am. I made it. I made it. I'm the world's greatest. And I'm that little bit. Oh, my back's up against the wall. I can feel I'm the world's greatest. I'm so divine. I'm that star up in the sky. I'm mountain peak. The prodigal. At the end of the rainbow. I'm the world's greatest. Rainbow bright. I'm that little bit of fool. It used to be locked door. Now I can just
If you're done,
the world's greatest. It's the greatest. It's the greatest. Can you feel it? Say the greatest, yeah. Can you feel it? Yeah. I'm so alive. At the end of the tunnel. Breathing the prodigal. At the end of the rainbow. And life was running. Pull me through, yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I am a mountain. I am a tall tree. Oh,
Thank you very much. As you take your seats, thank you very much, wonderful people.
I can see clearly. If anybody asks you who I am.
Thank you very much as you take your seats. Nice one.
I'm that star up in the sky. I'm that mountain peak up high. Hey, I made it. I'm the world's greatest. And I'm that little bit of hope. When my back's up against the ropes, I can feel it. I'm the world's greatest.
Thank you so much. Nice one. Beautiful people making things happen. Thank you, DJ SZ, for that song, reminding us that we're world champion, the world yet to see what Africa is made of. Thank you and congratulations. Now, please, the magazine will be going round, and a copy goes for 10,000 naira. Please, you need to have a copy. You can let people know that you were here at the 8th Pan-Africa International Conference Housing Real Estate Awards and Housing Summit 2025. Ushers, can you move with the magazine? It's 10,000 naira for a copy. Thank you so much. All right, DJ. To listen to someone who has the professional authority to talk to us this wonderful moment. It is my delight to bring on stage Barrister Peace. Oh, Anomize. Please your hands together for Barrister Peace as he comes forward to deliver on his promises. Okay. As she comes to deliver on her promises, right now, we've been live, and our presentation is going to be carried live. Once again, give her a real clapping ovation, please. Barrister, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to congratulate Prince and their team for this wonderful time. And I'm particularly happy because I've witnessed the 5th anniversary, and I'm also witnessing the 8th anniversary. So I want to tell Pan-African International, congratulations. You've done so well. For an organization to be pulled for first year, second year, and on up to 8th year, I think it deserves some commendations. So this afternoon, I've been asked to speak in line with the theme. You can see the theme is Real Estate Rising, a glimpse into Africa's promising future. Please, can we reduce the noise, please, if you can? Networking can still go after this, please, so that I don't get distracted. So I'll be speaking on land documentation, the backbone of Africa's real estate boom, which will be subtitled Unlocking Secure Investment and Sustainable Growth Across the Continent. Okay, so one of the major problems we have in the Nigerian real estate sector is the land documentation. You cannot actually sell if your land documentation is wrong. If it's faulty, if it's invalid, it will be difficult for you to sell. What gives authenticity to any property you are selling, whether a developed or an empty land, is the documentation on ground. In fact, some people contacted me yesterday. They want to sell a property, and they brought it to me because they needed the money urgently, and they wanted me to use my influence to sell it. So I requested that they give me the land document. Unfortunately, they were unable to present it. These are the children of the deceased. That's the owner is already dead. The father is late, and they needed money to sort a family issue urgently. This property, but the problem is the documentation. Because they are the children of the deceased, I gave them 2 options according to the law. It's either they provide their father's will, or they provide what we call the letter of administration. So the will either name 2 or 3 persons to show that this property belongs to them, or the letter of administration they will get from the court is going to appoint 2 or 3 of the siblings to say that these are the people that have the right or the authority as beneficial owners to be able to transact on the property. So we see that oftentimes we see that a lot of people try to put out property out there, but the documentations are faulty. Let me tell you this. As your blood is important to your body, that's how documentation is to your business. You cannot sell effectively any property if your documentation is faulty, if it's invalid. And remember the theme of today, we are looking at the real estate rising, a glimpse into Africa's promising future. If for us to have it right in Nigeria, then our land documentation must be expressly documented. You can't just sell anything if you don't have the document to back it up. A lot of people have lost transactions. A lot of developers have lost money because they thought they were investing in a property that has a good title. And there is a recent case in Kenya. It was the case of, it was delivered in 2023. The Supreme Court of Kenya still affirmed their decision this 2025. If the root of title of any property is faulty, if you are buying from it, whether as an innocent purchaser, whatever you are buying is also invalid. So it's very, very important that you conduct a search to the root of title to know who are the people that are selling to you. Why do you need to conduct that search? You need to find out whether the person that is selling to you is selling as a beneficial owner and what right in law do they have. Because when you want to register, what lands registry will consider is the connection between the last person on ground, on record, and the person that is currently selling. Like the story I gave you, if you are buying from a family and the parents of the children are dead, you must either, the family must either provide a will or a letter of administration for them to be able to convey a valid title to you. There are sometimes you want to buy a property and the property you are buying has a court judgment on it. If there is a court judgment on that property, it means that every other title that came before that court judgment was given is nullified by that judgment. So at that instant, that judgment must be registered in the registry. And when it is registered, you can now proceed whether you want to apply for a new C of O so that the title will start running afresh. So if you are buying a property, you must get your documentation right. You must ask the necessary question, which registry do I need to go to for me to be able to register an effective title on the property that I have bought? So when we talk about the land documentation, they are the legal instrument, the document that conveys title to you. When we look at the name, we will know that you are the owner. You don't just buy a property and then somebody will just throw hand over a portion of land and says, oh, this is the property we are selling to you. They must have something to back it up. And I want to draw this analogy. If you are employing somebody in your company and the person tells you, oh, I made a 2-1 from the University of so and so, for you to establish that that person actually made that 2-1 or a first class and finished from that university that they claim, they will present to you their certificate. That certificate is what guarantees what they are saying. If you are selling a property and you want to claim that you are the owner of this property, we want to see your documentation. We want to see the legal standing. We want to see the validity. What gives you the right to transact over that property? And I give you briefly about the Nigerian legal system. The primary law that is regulating our real estate transaction here in Nigeria is called the Land Use Act of 1978, which gives all the property in each state, puts it in the hand of a governor. So the governor is more like a landlord. Anybody that is buying is like a tenant. So the governor gives everybody that is buying this property for a period of 99 years. And that is what we call the certificate of occupancy for 99 years. After that, Section 22 says that every subsequent transaction must be done with the consent of the governor. So that's where you have different instruments like the deed of assignment here in Lagos. In the eastern part, we have the power of attorney. We have in the Ogun State, we have the deed of conveyance. We have different instruments that can be used to convey this title, and it must be registered. Until it is registered, the governor has not given the consent, which means that according to the law, you are breaching the provisions of the sections. So it's important that whenever you are buying a property, you ensure that it is registered. Now, you proceed to register the certificate of occupancy. If you are buying, what the government will give you is what we call the deemed grant. The deemed grant is what is given to families who have been in occupation of the communal land before the passing into law of 1978 Act, our Land Use Act. So this deemed grant is what they now use for them to be able to transact to you. Then we have another title that we call the survey plan. The survey plan establishes the boundary that you are buying. If somebody said the land I'm giving to you is 500 square meters, then the surveyors must pick the coordinates of that land to ensure that exact thing that you're getting is 500 square meters. Why do you need to have a surveyor in your real estate transaction? They will help you to pick the coordinates and establish that indeed what you are getting is what is as it's stated on the land. Most time people make the mistake of Maybe you are given a survey plan and they will tell you, oh, this survey plan covers the entire place. It is important you have your own independent surveyor who will go to the land to pick the coordinate and take it to where we call the Surveyor General's office. And then it is at that place they will shut it. And why do you need to shut it? To ensure that the land is not a government committed land. So the Surveyor General's office will tell us where properties are under government acquisition. And if the government intends to use it 10 years, 20 years. So sometimes you see some large expanse of land that have not been used, and then somebody is selling it to you. Meanwhile, in the next 20 years, the government has kept that place either for airport or something. So you see why you need to search at Surveyor General's office. And then we have what we call the Corporate Affairs Commission when a company is selling to you. Sometimes you see that some of these companies, they use what we call the debenture. They register the debenture on the property. So you want to ensure that there is no debenture registered on it. I don't know how many of us are aware of the Asset Management Nigeria. It's another place where you search. In 2008, a lot of big organizations and companies borrowed money from the banks and they were not able to pay. And because of that, their loan book were sold to Asset Management Nigeria, AMCON. And then AMCON, the law establishing them, says they take over the assets and not liabilities. So they took over the assets of these companies and began to sell. They were selling it in order to recover the loan. So if you are buying from one of these companies, it's important that you go to the legal department of Asset Management Nigeria to ensure that these people have not borrowed money and they've been able to pay off their debt. If they've not been able to clarify themselves and that case has not been closed, you are probably buying a property litigation. And now for those in property in mainland, it is important that you get a lawyer that will search at Ikeja, where we have the Ikeja division covers mainland. If the property is an island, you need to go to Iboshere, which covers the island section. Now, this is where the problem is. There are some information you will not see. Because when we had I don't remember how many people that remember NSAS protest. When the NSAS protest happened, most of these courts, this thing were burned down at Iboshere. So all the records up until 2025 can no longer be found. So even if you are making a search that falls under that, you will not be able to find anything. So I just wanted to say that so that because it's also one of the major problems we are having in Nigeria because of data. So you might not be able to find anything. Another places where people don't even know you search is the EFCC. You will see that sometimes when EFCC arrests people because they have looted some funds, all the properties that are connected with that funds will come under the custody of EFCC. So you need to check from the legal department whether the property that you are buying is under EFCC custody, because sometimes you will notice that they will not write anything on it, but in their office, it belongs to them. They are sitting on it, they are trying to recover funds. And of course, that property is obviously set for auction sale in future. So you need to search all these places. Another places where you also search is the probate. You know, I mentioned to you that letter of administration is what children of deceased will use to sell. Okay? So you need to go to that probate to check whether the property you are currently buying is covered by that letter of administration. Because sometimes children of the deceased, they will find some properties and they will not find some. So they have sold the ones they have found, which is covered by the letter of administration. When they now found subsequent properties owned by their father, it is important that they go back to the probate registry to register under additional letter of, that's property under additional letter of administration, covering the current property that you are buying. And you also need to make sure that the children that are selling to you, that their names are the ones on the letter of administration. So these are the reasons why you don't just buy any property without involving lawyers. And I've seen that most of the times people felt that this professional fees to pay a lawyer is too much. But let me tell you, every fee that is being paid to conduct a search and for your documentation is actually the security of the main fund that you are investing. Imagine you going to buy a property worth 500 million. and you're not even sure of the documentation, but you just want to go ahead because you felt, oh, this is a big man in Nigeria and all that. Most times, those big men are the ones that are actually owing the bank. They will have legal mortgages that is not even registered at the lands registry. Or sometimes I've seen where a woman told me I shouldn't even bother, that they are family friends, they know themselves very well. I said, if you want me to put my seal under this agreement that I am registering and I'm drafting for you, I must conduct my search. At this level of practice, it's no longer about money. Money is important, but I've built a reputation for over 18 years that I will not allow anything to just rubbish in the name of transaction. So when I proceeded further to conduct a search, I found something shocking. The person that's been signing the signature that have been selling the property is actually the son of the man, parading himself as, because his late father is also Chief so-and-so. And also he is parading himself as Chief so-and-so. So he has learned how to sign his father's signature. But see the most shocking thing, all his siblings are abroad. He is the only one here in Nigeria, selling off all their father's properties. And I told the woman, this is what will happen. Any day his siblings will come back from Nigeria to notice that all their father's properties are gone. All they need to do and present in court is just the certificate of death of their father. If their father died in 2020 and the property you bought from the father, so to say, is 2025, did the man come from the grave to come and sign for you? That is one question that the court will ask you. So in conducting due diligence, don't see it as you are wasting money. That is actually what you are using to secure your main investment. And I want to encourage us here. When we talk about our real estate as a promising future, we will get our real estate documentation right. We will ensure that our documentations are up to date. And what are the benefits? I'm sorry I'm not going through my slides. I have everything I'm saying in my slide on my head. So that's why I'm rushing, and because of time too. Okay, so why do we need land documentation? One, we need it for financing. If you're a real estate developer, I can assure you, you cannot go to any bank for them to fund your project if your documentations are not complete. No bank is going to waste that money. They must see what you have on ground. It's on the strength of your documentation that they can finance you. Because when they are going to value the property, they value the property and they give you the loan to make sure that the loan that you are getting is also equal to the value of the property. And number two is that when you get a property that has a proper documentation, the value will never be the same in the market. You can have two properties side by side, the same location, the same area, just by adjoining phase. One is registered, one is not registered. If the one that is registered is 100 million, the other one can be bought for 30 million. What happened? The registration has appreciated the value of the registered one. They are never the same. When you register your property, the values are not the same. The reason why some people will tell you, buy one property, get one for free, is because that property doesn't even belong to them. Land is not for free. When people tell you, oh, one free, land is never free anywhere. Even God did not give us land for free. He told the Israelites that they will work for it. They're going to fight to chase people who are on the ground. One thing you need to know is that any other thing you see on earth is still being manufactured. Land is not being manufactured again. The land you see today is still what you will see appreciate with value. Now, another point why we also need documentation is because of physical planning. It helps the government to mark out where it is for residential, where commercial, so that you don't go and start building on a commercial to be for residential. You see what was happening in Lagos State yesterday? Demolition of some properties at Trade Fair. And I'm hearing a lot of people saying, they are fighting Igbos, they are fighting Igbos. It's not about Igbos. That place is the place that they kept for the car park for the Trade Fair market. And some people kept on building on it. But the question is, like I said yesterday, I'm sure it's already on newspaper. I said yesterday that it's not about demolishing what the developers have done. How about also sanctioning some of these officers who were also approving it behind the back? How about demoting them? How about publicly disgracing them? Because if you are just demolishing what developers they are doing, is one-sided judgment. until you punish both the officer that approved and the developer, then you can be talking about justice system. So I want to encourage us, don't just buy property, buy a property that has land documentation. And I want to end with this. Every security that you see in your property is as the strength of the land documentation that you have. Every real estate transaction must start with a lawyer and end with a lawyer. Even if you are transacting and say, oh, this person is my twin brother, what document do you have on ground? What agreement? And I need to say this. Sometimes you see some people, they will tell you, oh, I got one lawyer to do it. One lawyer is the lawyer practicing in the real estate sector. It's just like when a woman is pregnant, you are going to see a pediatrician that we know that a pediatrician is a doctor that sees a baby who is sick. When a woman is pregnant, you go to see a gynecologist. That's the same way it is in the real estate sector. Is that lawyer will understand. Why do you need that lawyer? Because the lawyer will look at the peculiarity of that transaction and it will introduce a clause that will protect you against risk that is already emanating from the transaction. So in any transaction that you are doing, make sure that your documentations are complete. Make sure that your documentations are registered. It gives your company reputation. I was with Obi Kubana and Dr. Kennedy Okonkwo at Invest in African Summit. I spoke in London, Birmingham, and in Manchester. And I told them this. You see, a lot of our Nigerians, they are afraid to invest. But I told them we still have the ones that will invest. And I will continue to project those developers wherever I go. If you want to buy properties, I will give you some list of developers that whenever they start any project, they get their documentations correct before they put any project on ground. It's a reputation. Compliance is a capital. It's no longer business as usual. It's a compliance because there is a psychology of the investor in Nigeria. So, but that is in my book. You can, I have some of my books here. So I want to conclude with this. If you are a real estate developer, do what is right. Get your documentation correct because some people are using their hard-earned money to invest. And if you're an investor, please don't invest in that property until you make sure you have concluded your due diligence on that property. If you want to buy my book, I have some of them. I can live with them. So I want to say thank you so much to Prince and the organizers of this program. And I want to encourage all the developers that please do what is right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You've listened to a very fantastic, well thought out, straightforward, precise, and instructive speech from Barrister Peace. Please, your hands together for her. Thank you so much. She has a book, and that book will give you more insight, but I've requested for a copy of the book. Can I have it so that I show it to the global audience, so that all those who will be interested might also be able to get a copy of it? All right. The time is now, the time is right to listen to a speaker who has that sagacity, a speaker who has that authority to do justice on what it means to have a beautiful home. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my delight to invite Engineer Kayode, the MD of Kai Group. Please, your hands together for him as he comes forward to deliver this amazing, thought-provoking, destructive, innovative, and real lecture for this moment. This is a guru, been to places, seen faces, a global player. You're welcome, Engineer.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know our time is fast spent, and to conserve the remaining time I have, I'll read out as quickly as I can. To start with, I want to congratulate the organizers of this great event. And it's very interesting to know it's not just a Nigerian event, but a Pan-African event. It's exciting to know they've been in 17, 18 countries. And I tell you, in no time, they would have gone through the 54 countries in Africa, provided we don't have another country before then. Well done to you and kudos. So we have before us today Real Estate Rising, a glimpse into Africa's promising future. It's really a very interesting topic, and I'll do justice to it in just the time allocated to me. It is an honor to speak on subject that not only defines the skylines of our cities, but also shapes the prosperity of our continent, real estate. The title of today's discussion, like I mentioned earlier, indeed, Africa is no longer seen merely as a land of potential. It is fast becoming a land of realization. And I'm sure you agree with me about that. From the bustling streets of Lagos and Nairobi to the modern skylines of Kigali, Accra, and Johannesburg, the African real estate sector is writing a new chapter of growth, opportunity, and transformation. Currently, let's examine the Africa's landscape. Africa is home to about 1.5 billion people, and I'm sure you know that's not a small number. So Africa has a really big effect and big number to contribute to the population of the world. And it's very interesting that over 60% of these 1.5 billion people are under the age of 25 years. That's a great potential when compared to other continents of the world. What the future of the world will be, then it has to be what the future of Africa is. What is currently happening in Africa? We're home to a lot of young people. So that means where we can get to cannot be underestimated. And we just have to be at the forefront. So it makes Africa the youngest continent on earth, if you agree with me. This youthful population means demand for more housing, more offices, more shopping centers, industrial parks, hotels, institutions, and what have you. So it's not just rising, but it is very unavoidable. I agree, all of us seated here, we have several dealings with real estate. You know, when people talk about real estate, I tell them it's not just about the houses you live in, but the chair you're seated in, this hall we are in, is a real estate asset. Do you agree with me? So you encounter real estate every day. When you live here, you get into a vehicle, you're going to the market. Is market real estate or not? It is. Some of us who live here, we go to the airport. The airport building is a real estate. The land you're landing on is a real estate. So you can't just do without real estate. You say, well, you live on water. It's real estate as well. So real estate is all over. Urbanization is accelerating at a remarkable pace. By 2050, more than half of Africans will live in cities. So for those of you complaining that Lagos is overpopulated, you haven't seen anything yet. Tell your neighbor you haven't seen anything yet. So if the population of Africa will be double, we get to about 1.5 times of what it is now. Then you can imagine what Lagos will get to. From projection and from research, about 6,000 people move into Lagos every day just to live, not to come and visit. You can imagine what will happen in Lagos. And remember, this is a Pan-African event. The same thing is happening all over Africa, not just in Nigeria. So this creates both challenges and unprecedented opportunities for real estate developers, investors, and the government alike. Already, Africa's real estate market is into a multi-billion-dollar industry with investments flowing commercial towers, logistics hubs. There's a shortfall, a big shortfall in the number of hotel rooms we have in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Rwanda, in South Africa, and all over Africa. So Africa is not just a potential hub. If you want any growth in your capital, you want any solid return on investment, there's nowhere you can get it better than Africa. What are the key drivers to growth? So what is fueling this rise? Let me highlight just 4 of the key drivers. One is population growth and urbanization. The population growth in a country like Nigeria, pardon me, I'm using Nigeria as a case study because we're right here in Nigeria. It's about 6% per annum. 6%. That's a very, very high figure. So that means if we're 100 this year, by next year will be 106 minimum. So you can extrapolate that, it's a geometric progression and it's expanding by the day. Every month, African cities gain millions of new residents seeking jobs, education, and a better quality of life. You agree with me? This wave of migration demands affordable housing and better infrastructure, spurring a construction boom. Whether we like it or not, they've been building before we were born, they're building now, and they will be building after we leave here. So never use that word that real estate is saturated. It can never be saturated. I think you know that over 70% of the world mass is covered with water. So what the land we have now is just about 30% of the world. So there's still a lot of reclamation to be done. If a country like Netherlands is practically sitting on water on a reclaimed area, so imagine the future of Lagos State. I'm sure your neighbor that is living across the lagoon, very soon you'll be walking to his house. Maybe you're walking on water. You might just be doing the magic. Another thing that is responsible for this is the economic diversification. While Africa has long been tied to commodities like oil and minerals, new industries, technology, agriculture, fintech, manufacturing are creating wealth by the day. And like I said, a farmer, and you're farming on is real estate. If you're in the fintech, you have an office. It's real estate. You're manufacturing something, your plant, your factory is sitting on a real estate asset. So with all this new innovation, with all this expansion in economic diversification, it's posing a lot of pressure on the already oversaturated real estate that we have. The real estate industry cannot cope with this. We need to expand, we need to grow, and grow as fast as possible. The third thing responsible for this is infrastructure development. Roads, railways, seaports, airports are expanding by the day. As infrastructure improves, previously inaccessible areas become prime land for real estate development. I'm sure a majority of us, if we do travel to our villages, each time you go there, you'll just be wondering that, hey, what's happening here? The places that you thought were bush, the places you thought were rural areas, you agree with me, they are being turned into profitable and valuable real estate assets today. The last point to mention here is the global and regional investment. Investors from the Middle East, Asia, Europe, and North America are entering the African property market. Someone was telling me, I was in the US sometimes May this year. We have some projects there. And I met with an American and a Jewish investor. And both of them were asking me, Nigeria, whether you like it or not, get ready for foreign investment. So whether Nigeria likes it or not, whether we're prepared or not, a lot of real estate investment will come into the country. And the same applies to Africa. Already Rwanda is experiencing it. Kenya is experiencing it. And I tell you, in no time, Nigeria will experience it. We only need to be prepared. We only need to do the needful, and be sure that when these people come, the environment is conducive for them and they have a place to place their investment. At the same time, African investors are stepping up, building world-class projects from Cairo right down to Cape Town in South Africa. So what are the opportunities for the future? I'm sure we're not just here to address the challenges. As much as we want to see the challenges, we want to be able to provide a solution. We want to be able to tap into the opportunities right in there. The first one, which is something that is still a bit controversial, is what we call affordable housing. I say it's a bit controversial because if prices of materials are not coming down, is it possible for prices of built houses to come down? Am I getting any response? If cement, granite, reinforcement, even land, the price is going high, is it possible the price of the houses come down? Anyway, just for your information, Africa alone has an housing deficit in excess of 50 million. So that means for each family in Africa, not every African, each family, and an average of 5 people per family, for each family to have a roof over their head, we need to build 50 million houses right now. If we wait till next year, then the number increases. If we wait till another 2 years, the number increases. So imagine if we need 50 million houses, how many are you building? How many am I building? Lots of opportunities there. Affordable housing is the single best opportunity. Developers who can blend affordability with quality will unlock massive value. Smart cities and technology. There's a city called Konza Techno City in Kenya to the Eco-Atlantic in Nigeria. I'm sure we can all relate with the Eco-Atlantic here. Africa is embracing the concept of smart, sustainable cities powered by technological energy. The third point, commercial and retail growth. Remember, I'm talking about the opportunities for the growth in the future. Commercial and retail growth. As disposable incomes rise, demand for malls, hotels, co-working spaces, and entertainment centers is expanding. You're wondering that, hey, is disposable income really increasing? Yes, it is. All the guys in IT, they can tell you what's going on, the revolution of IT industry, not just in America, but all over the world. And it's heavy here. I think in terms of IT in Africa, Kenya is still leading. And there's a lot of disposable income there. Whether they like it or not, I'm giving you the secret. That money is coming into real estate. So you just be prepared and you have that money with you. The last point under the opportunities, I'll mention logistics and industrial real estate. With the African Continental Free Trade Area opening up a market of 1.5 billion consumers, warehouses, logistics hubs, and industrial estates will be vital to connect producers with consumers. In some countries in the world, in Asia, just to find a place to sleep, it's something very difficult, not to talk of a place to farm. So you have a place to sleep and you have a place to farm, then I tell you, you are a wealthy man, you're a wealthy woman. So you need to get down there, make sure every inch of land you have access to, you make the best use of it. The biggest or the highest I've seen in Nigeria is a double-decker bed. Do you agree with me? But in some countries, they have it in 8 levels. So 8 people sleeping on different levels just within a confined space. That's how scarce land is all over the world. Not to talk of them having land to plant. I'm sure majority of us at our backyard, we have land lying fallow there and nothing is growing there. So they could just have a bit of that land. Opportunities, opportunities, opportunities everywhere. Green and sustainable real estate. The future of Africa's real estate will not just be about concrete and steel, but also about eco-friendly designs, renewable energy integration, climate resilience. Yesterday, I was at the building show in Landmark, and there's this area that is coming to replace steel. It's made of glass. The thing about that material is that it's just 25%. That means 1/4 of the weight of reinforcement, but it's twice as strong as reinforcement. Whether we like it or not, this material is coming to stay. Where we need to build with lesser load, loading of the ground, of the structure, of the substructure, such material will come into play. So we need to think green. We need to think sustainable. A time will come that we will not have to be mining steel again. So what will be the next one? We have fiberglass. Nigeria is rich. Africa is rich with a lot of oil and gas. So polyethylene is a material of the future. It's part of the things we can look into. Now, what are the challenges we need to address? Of course, no rising industries without its challenges. Access to long-term financing remains a hurdle for developers and buyers alike. But thank God, and I'm really grateful for the learned fellow, barrister Mrs. that spoke before me. She mentioned the issue of you having your documents right. When you have your documents right, then you can have access to funding. You can have access to finance because you need heavy funding to do real estate. The second challenge we have is land ownership disputes and unclear property rights often discourage investors. She has mentioned about that as well. You have to be sure that any land you secure, you have the right title to the land. Majority of us are seated here, but is any of us here with his land? No. But if you have the title of your land, then you are here with your land. So it's not about buying the land. What you're actually buying is the title, and that's the authority on the land. And that's very, very important. Another challenge we need to confront is infrastructural gaps and rising construction costs, which can really slow down the progress. It's unfortunate that we're not able to regulate prices of materials in Africa. And the reason is not far-fetched. It's because we're not on top of the game yet. When you're on top of the game, then you can have a price regulatory. If you're not providing roads for me, if I have to provide a road to get to my estate, I have to provide water, I have to provide electricity, I have to provide security, how will I sell that estate at an affordable price? It's practically impossible. So we need our government to partner with us. We need them to be on top of this. We need them to drive infrastructure, because the reality is that development always follows infrastructure. Where there is development, there will definitely, where there is infrastructure, there will definitely be development. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is not whether Africa's real estate will rise. It is already. The question is who will seize the opportunities. To government, I say, create enabling environment that encourage investment and protect property rights. And to our investors, Africa is not just the future, it is the present opportunity. And to young Africans, see real estate not just as buildings, but as pathway to wealth creation, community development, and nation building. In closing, allow me to leave you with this thought. Real estate is more than land and buildings. It is about dreams, dignity, and destiny. As Africa rises, so too will its cities, its homes, and its industries. Real estate is not just following Africa's growth, it is leading it. Together, let us build not only structures, but also a continent that the future generations will be proud to call home. Thank you very much.
If you've ever listened to something nice, interesting, eloquent, thought-provoking, destructive, that is one speech that came from the MD of Kai Group, Engineer Kayode. Please your hands together for him once again. Now for Barrister Peace, for global audience, this is the book that you need to have as properties owners so that you can be able to know what best is good for you. To avoid unnecessary litigations, you need this book. This book goes for just 10,000 naira, and then you have it. Please make sure you have a copy. You can make your orders. We'll be ready to give the books to you. Next is for the women. She has another women in real estate sector. If you are a woman, a phenomenon woman, you need this book. It helps you, it guides you into the real estate world. Please get a copy. This goes for 5,000 naira, coming from Barrister Peace. This a companion, these materials you need in this journey. you must always get it right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to listen to another wonderful personality. He is the game changer. He is a philanthropist. He is a global personality. He is one man who has the capacity to make things happen. As a game changer, he has started on a good note. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to listen this absolute time to a man who have what it takes to deliver. It's my delight as I invite, I present to you Dr. Onyeka Joseph. Please your hands together for him as he comes to justice. Nice one.
God bless you all in Jesus' name. I'm happy to be here today and appreciate very much what the organizers of Pan African Magazine are doing. So I'll say good day to you all, distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends of the African real estate industry. It is a genuine pleasure and a deep honor to stand before you at the 8th Pan-African International Annual Real Estate Awards and Housing Summit. I would say for over 2 decades, I have had a front row seat to the unfolding story of African real estate. I've watched it transform from something informal, something local, into a powerful force on a global stage. So our team today, Real Estate Rising, a glimpse into the African's promising future. It's not just a topic for discussion, it's a belief that has guided my own journey and the foundation of my company, Pioneer Real Estate and Properties Limited. I believe in the landscape of Africa. I believe we are a continent of immense potential, a land of rising population and rapidly growing cities. I believe by 2050, a quarter of the world will be African. This isn't just a statistic, it's a powerful call to action. We all have an unprecedented opportunity and a great responsibility to build a future. And therefore, we must do more than just build houses. We must create secure, sustainable, and thriving communities where every person has a chance to own a piece of their destiny, a piece of the earth. When I mention that we have to create secure, that brings me back to the speech of the first lawyer and the colleague that talked about documents. You know, here in Nigeria, there's a lot that you must learn. I always speak out of experience. I started with my father. Before the company was handed over to me, this company was formerly Framon Agro Electrical and Construction Company Nigeria Limited, registered in 1992. It was rebranding that gave it the name Pioneer Estate and Properties Limited. I have over 20 years experience in real estate. In Nigeria, we say that whatever that is worth doing well. After ascertaining the documents to be genuine, then go deeper. Because we are in a country where someone can have a certificate of occupancy that the government recognizes, but a title document that gave birth to it was actually a fraud. 4 days ago, I was in a meeting in a community near my town, Umoji, where I've spent over 400 million to get a property. 2 lawyers did due diligence on that for me. One came from UK and confirmed the property to be genuine. I wouldn't blame them. Even as we speak, the government continued to say that the C of O over the property is subsisting. And it happens that this property, they use the document to borrow money from Bank of Industry. We have to pay so that the document will be released to us. Then we can go in. On the process of going in, the community intervened, claiming that there is nothing like the document in our hands. I challenge them in social media, doesn't want to have a one-on-one meeting with them, but at the time, 2 days ago, I said, let me go and see. These are my people. Get in there, met some of my father's friends who are practicing lawyers. So they told me that the document in question may be genuine in the hands of the government, but the title document that gave birth to the C of O never existed. And the person in question, claiming over 600 plots of land, had only 34 plots of what? Land, which the owner have sold already. Am I communicating? So they began to blame me. I told them I never pay money. Actually, I don't pay. No matter what you tell me about document, because of my experience, I will first of all put the bulldozer in that land. That is my own way of search. In Igbo land, I seek a 80 amunyoku n'ofia mururu. But then the lawyers convinced me beyond every reasonable doubt that hence these documents are certain. And there's no need, hence the owner is insisting. I can't go in without getting the document out from the bank. Let me pay and get the document out. So it is good to get your documentations right. It is also good around before you buy. Because there are some certain things that the government in the Western world does before they issue certificate of occupancy. They do it very well. That our own government does not have time to do it. If not, those certificates would have done all the jobs for you. But for those who are selling property like the one someone has given me, action, not only will the world fight you, but to choose your crime. People began to lose their trust in owning a part of the earth in Nigeria until real estate began to give them hope. But sometimes within these few months, it seems as if the real estate tried to fail them. May God give us the grace not to fail them. What I'm talking about is to create a secure, sustainable, and thriving communities. You and I, the CEOs, can do it intentionally. Let our people have a developed land with secure documentation. You are a professional in it. Do it as a professional. Hand people over what they would hold and remember you tomorrow. If you want to be a part of owners of real estate, I want you to understand that you are in a business that is older than any business on earth. But when God wanted to bless man, he gave me what? Land. Bless a land without issue, a peaceful land. Hand it over to your client and maintain an integrity and decorum that will cause your client want you as Nigerians want pig milk. So I want to say again that this is the very philosophy we live by at Pine Limited and Properties Limited. We believe in the power of land banking. It's our conviction that land is the ultimate foundation for building wealth and legacy. For 20 years and over, we've seen this proven true. I've watched clients who started with a single plot of land, with a small dream, later turned that plot into the very foundation of a business, a school, a home for generations. This is the real magic of what we do. We are not just selling that, we are providing security, opportunity, and a tangible stake in African future. Our motto is simple, yet it holds so much truth. Land bank, it is a must. So to all of you gathered here, I want to leave you with a simple thought. If we are to build the promising future we all speak of, then real estate is the most powerful tool we can use to achieve it in Africa. I also urge that the government create policy that protect land ownership and make housing accessible to everyone. Because Nigerians are hardworking. If government can just give a little help, everyone in Nigeria can comfortably own a home. Even those selling bole. A woman selling bole brought out $1 million plus to hand. So even as we speak now, foundations are being laid for 1-bedroom bungalow, 2-bedroom bungalow, 3-bedroom bungalows in less salubrious part of the town in Anambra State, accessible and well located. And then owners of these houses from the 1-bedroom, which will go for 8 million, it will be divided for them. That someone who can pay for 40% can own a home. Live in it while you pay. Now I look at it that some of these people who are slim bowling can also own their homes and live comfortably. So what am I saying? If the government can grant those opportunities to Nigerians, they will be able to afford homes and live without having to pay through their nose to so many landlords. So, and to the government leaders, we are calling on them to streamline regulations, strengthen land rights, and invest in the backbone infrastructure. And when you talk about investors, I want them to look beyond the headline race and partner with local champions who understand the ground realities. You see, if you are not a local champion, you can't do this very well. Praise God. Permit me to use that. You can't do it very well because I usually tell people I'm a local champion. I may have visited foreign lands, but I am not dealing with foreign laws. And I'm not dealing with foreigners. I'm dealing with the locals. So if you are selling in Yoruba land, you must be a local Yoruba man before you can thrive here. If you are selling in Hausa land, you must be a local Hausa man. If you are not, try to become one. Associate with them. When you understand the people you are dealing with, you can thrive. Every community, every town have different way of thinking towards real estate. There are people who believe that real estate have come to steal their land and leave their children destitute of land. So if you come to this kind of people, if you don't understand them, no matter anything you bring, you are still their enemy. Because the idea is that you have come to take everything that belongs to them. It is as if you have come to take their land, their water. It means you have come to take their power. So this is why you should understand the locals when you are dealing in real estate. So again, most of the news here about Southeast and South-South, not actually true. If it is true, I wouldn't be smiling from here. You have heard that people doesn't move at all. I move at night. You have heard that people doesn't go in the bush. I'm always in the bush. If I know where in Igbo land is Ofia Ako. Money in the bush. So it is not actually. Some people will tell you, if you invest in Lagos, this and that, people are investing in Lagos and they're smiling to the bank. So oftentimes ignore the headline. Be on the ground. Deal with the locals and understand it. So to developers and innovators, prioritize affordability. Prioritize what? Affordability. It must not be too expensive to be grand and good. The other day in our Obodoma, we sold duplex, well built, at the rate of 80 million promo price. Then after promo price, we started selling at 220 million. So those who invested during those moments had the opportunity to own a good home at 80 million. It must not be too expensive. Quality, but affordable. Prioritize what? Affordability, sustainability, community engagement. These are the projects that will stand the test of time. Imagine someone walking into a 5-bedroom flat duplex, seeing how things, remembering that this peace, wonderful home was given to them by Pine Limited and Properties Limited. It will stand the test of time. And those who are financing projects, design blended instrument that unlocks capital for smaller projects and empower women and youth entrepreneurs in construction and property management. And when I will tell the African diasporas, your expertise, networks, are capital are vital. Consider equity partnership in mixed use development, tech parks, and affordable housing funds. So real estate on our continent is not merely something we will ignore. It's something that you and I should hold dear. Let us remember that the greatest structure begins with solid foundation, economic and social, institutional. Let us build not only for the next quarter, but for the next century. The rising Africa will be measured not by just or skyscraper heights, but by the quality of we deliver to every African citizen. Thank you for your attention and for your commitment to African real estate. But I tell you that together, we are going to build the future, not anywhere else, but in African soil. The future is rising, and it is ours to build. So thank you for this opportunity. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You've done well, sir. From 200 million, you gave it out for 80 million. That is sweet. Thank you so very much, Archbishop. Thank you so much. If you're the owner of this car, please, LND 375 HY Matrix Toyota, can you please help us repack so that we can have access? Once again, I repeat, LND 375 HY Matrix Toyota car. If you're the owner, do it so that we can repack. Once again, your hands together for Archbishop Dr. Onyeka Joseph. Please, your hands together for him. One more thing you need to know about him is that he's a philanthropist. And I know he will be touching more lives before he walks away from here today. All right. It's time quickly before lunch is served to invite the managing director of Gasvine to please come forward and do the needful. Time for us indeed is of the essence. We just have to rush this. We should be done by 3. So let's manage the time and enjoy this moment. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your moment as the MD Gasville comes forward. Wow. She walks with audacity. Yes. She is prepared for you. Please enjoy this moment, though it's going to be short, but very wonderful.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, my name is Amadi Doris Ifeanyiwa. I'll be giving this lecture on behalf of my MD, Chief Dr. Godwin Oziele. He's the Managing Director of Gasvine Properties Limited. We are 7 years old this year. We've been in business for the past 7 years and we have 15 estates across Nigeria. But first, we want to talk about this topic here. Thank you for this opportunity to the organizers. Thank you. You guys are doing great work. And I know that this time next year, it will be massive than this. Thank you so much. So, my introduction here says African real estate market has immense potential, driven by urbanization, growing middle class, and ongoing infrastructure development. A lot of potentials have been identified in the market in the residential, commercial, mixed-use development within various cities in Africa. Of course, I would say we are living in the future of our parents, of our great-grandparents and our forefathers. In the year, maybe in the year 13, in the year 20, in the year 30, they also had this promising future. And now is their future, why we also have our promising future that we are also going into. So real estate and Africa in perspective, we all know that real estate is a fixed land. It's not a personal property. It's not something you can move from one location to the other. Just like you're in this building now, the only thing you can move here is you and I, the chair, the cameraman, the speaker. You cannot move this house, neither can you move this land. But currently, in today's future, you can actually move a building in real estate. The other developing countries, even in some of the African countries, some part of Africa, we have where just the land, they move the building, they just have the construction going. Our vice chairman can attest to this. Is in Sintuku construction. All right. From the analysis from the UN reports, it says that the population of Africa will reach 2.5 billion people by the year 2050. You can see that there is a future here. The demand for real estate cannot be overemphasized. The demand for real estate will not go away. In the year 2050, you will have more people in demand for real estate, infrastructure, local, middle class earners, high class earners, low income earners, and so on and so forth. They will need to have a place of their own. So real estate in the next 20, 30, 100 years from now, it will still be in demand because the population is projected to increase to 2.5 billion in 2050. Now, this will create a very high demand in various types of real estate products in Africa. You know, gone are the days where you travel out and when you tell them you are from Africa, they think you are from one bush where there are no buildings and you only have animals jumping around. No. In fact, I saw something on social media the other day where they say Africa, and the lady was Africa bush monkey. When they showed her videos of Africa, she said, wow, she wants to come down to Africa. Africa is no longer what it used to be or what people used to think Africa is. We've gone past that. Africa is now a place where people want to come and visit, where people want to come and do tourism and the rest of them. The likes of Lagos last year, we had Dirty December. In fact, Lagos was trending last year. And a lot of persons are already preparing to come down this year. Even our fellow Nigerians who have not been home for ages are already preparing to come back home this year because of of the trend. Okay. Sorry. So there will be various demand in real estate come nearest, even as we speak now. Africa in the future. Now, when we say population will rise, as population is rising, the speaker earlier said cities, there will be more cities. There will be more cities. If you go to Lagos, Ikorodu used to be a village. But when you go there now, it's a city. The population in Ikorodu is massive. And this will transcend to other states in the nearest future. I'm using Nigeria as a case study. I don't want to go out. I'll use other African countries. Let me stick to Nigeria. The likes of Ogun State is gradually, turning to a mega state. When you go down to the east, Anambra, Imo, Asaba, these cities are fast developing because why? People are coming back home to invest. People are coming, and when you go to the east, the level of infrastructure there, the level of development, the kind of construction you see there, even in some of the village, you will be amazed. That is to show you that we are already in the future. The real estate, we are already living in the future in Nigeria. All right, the growth in Africa real estate sector is quite encouraging, as we all know. Rapid growth, and half of all Africans will be living in the city come the year 2050, and new cities will also emerge in process. I want to quickly rush this so I can just go down to my mail. So we have diverse growth in real estate, of course. The urbanization and demographic, millions will be moving to the city. Raising of a middle class. Middle class, the more population you have, the middle class, the more the middle class people want to own their own homes and the likes of that. New aspiration and demands for quality housing. Infrastructure and infrastructural investment, meaning more roads will be created, ports, rail, and opening of new frontiers, of course. Then, of course, technology and innovation. Real estate has gone, in fact, we are now in the era of technology. In Lagos, there are some areas you go to in Lagos, it's smart. From the gatehouse to the estates, who can smart home. That is to tell you that we are already in the future. We are gradually, in fact, we've stepped into the future while we are moving also into the nearest future. So Protect mobile payment, gone are the days where you'll be defrauded in the real estate. You want to buy property in real estate and someone will defraud you. No. Like our able barrister here talked about documentation earlier. With internet, you can Google and you can do search to be sure that this estate does have document or is properly registered, or this area is for commercial or residential. You can do all that online right now. That is to tell you how well real estate has grown. Then currently we have global investors coming into Africa. People are coming into Africa, they are investing in real estate Africa. Innovations and technology in real estate. We have digital, you can register online. Anything you want to do in real estate right now, you can Google, you can do registration online, you can make payment online, you can do search online. Smart construction is gradually coming into the African countries right now, where you don't need to mold blocks from scratch to start building. You can just mold your blocks in the factory and just move it to the site and you put everything in place. We have smart homes, smart cities. Real estate is already reshaping lifestyles and connectivity. Now, the Gainsvine factor. Gainsvine is 7 years, like I said. And Gainsvine, it is our aim, our vision and goal to provide housing solution to most Nigerians, either here in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, in which any planet or any continent you might find yourself. It is our vision, our mission to make sure you own a home. And today we'll narrow it down to our new launched Jerusalem Gates, which is called the Jerusalem Gates in Owerri, our first smart estate. We've had 14 estates which are not smart. This is our first smart estate in Gasvine. Now, Gasvine is currently operating and developing 15 estates across states in Nigeria. In Lagos here, we have 2 estates in Ekpe, which is called the Grand Luxury Ekpe and the Royal Court Igbejileki. In Ogun State, we have 2 estates called the Dreamland Gardens, Phase 1 and Phase 2. In Owerri, we have 4 estates, which are, we have the Sun City Parks and Gardens, Phase 1. We have the Sun City Extension called the Exquisite, Phase 2. We have the Landmark, that's Sun City Phase 2. Then we have the Jerusalem Gate. In Oka, we have Grand Luxury, Villa Gardens, Oka. Then we have 2 estates in Asaba, Onyis Gardens Phase 1 and Onyis Gardens Phase 2. In Enugu, we have 2 estates, the Wonderland Parks and Estates and the Glamour Gardens. Then in Abuja, we have the Baba of All, which is the Rock View. But the Jerusalem Gate stands out. Following the trend of technology in real estate and bringing comfort and luxury in Africa real estate market, Gasvine unveils her first smart city in Owerri, Nigeria, called the Jerusalem Gate Estate. This estate will feature cutting-edge technology, integration, energy efficiency, and smart transportation, smart waste management, CCTV surveillance, and 24 hours internet connectivity, and so on and so forth. This is not just an estate. It is a prototype of Africans' real estate future. This is a huge step for the company because currently we all know that in Nigeria, we are moving from just the manual housing to the smart home, where you use with a remote, you can operate anything, anywhere. You can shut your door, open it, on, off the light, whatever it is you want to do. In anywhere you might find yourself, you can control what happens in your house. This is what Jerusalem Gate is bringing to the city of Owerri. Now, the features of Jerusalem Gate are the smart homes, the automations of maximum security, lighting and energy, futuristic designs with cultural roots, sustainable living, renewable energy, smart transportation, and efficient water waste system, connected community, digital assets, high-speed internet, and 24 hours internet connectivity. Of course, lifestyle, parks, fitness space, and serene commune areas. These are few of the features that Jerusalem Gate will be offering. Why this matters to us? Jerusalem Gate is a proof that Africa, Gasvine Properties Limited, does not only follow global trends, we create them. We are local real estate, but we are doing things that international real estate companies are doing. It shows that Africa real estate is not just about land and buildings. It is about people, progress, and prosperity. So what is the call to action now? For my fellow realtors, my fellow CEOs, MDs, directors, let's not just build for profit alone, but let's build for the people. I'm so happy when I heard our Honorable Archbishop talk about owning a house with just as low as 8 million. That is what Gasvine does. We've created flexible payment plan for anyone to own property with us. Even if you're a tomato seller, you're a bus driver, you are a mechanic, whatever it is you do in Nigeria, you can own a piece of land. And not just there, you can also own just a home of your choice in a very comfortable environment. You can pay within a year, within 2 years, within 3 years. We have such plans. We have such plans. So it is a call for action that we should not just build for profit alone, but for the people of Nigeria. We should embrace sustainability, inclusiveness, and innovation. Even while we are trying to provide affordable housing, we should factor in innovation. We should not just build random homes that over time it should not be habitable. We should provide good housing that can stand test of time, no matter how long that building stands. Embrace should also recognize real estate as the foundation for prosperity. Real estate as a foundation for prosperity. We have various schemes in Gasvine Properties. We have professional scheme. We have student scheme. We encourage students to invest. We even have young landlord scheme where you can invest for your children over time. And by the time they are 18 years of age, they can come back and either take their land or take the capital to start up their life. So you can see that we are also about prosperity for the coming generation. So I'm going to conclude with this. As we look into African skyline, rising higher and brighter each day, let us not only see buildings, let us see dreams taking shapes. Let us see opportunities unfolding and a continent claiming its place in the global stage. The future is not distant, like I said earlier. The future is here. The future is Africa. And in Owerri, at Jerusalem Gate Estate, the future has already begun. Thank you so much. Thank you, and have a lovely evening.
Congratulations. Thank you so much for that beautiful and promising address. The lunch is ready. I'm famished myself. Let's start the moment where we begin to enjoy ourselves. Please, the refreshment is being served. Thank you once again, Gasvine, for that wonderful delivery. If a pepper seller can have a home, Nigeria and Africa is indeed good and great. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the time is right, the time is now. Just a couple of weeks ago, a young Nigerian, a promising African child, came up with something just to praise God. He launched his album, and it was amazing. But the big boys who were supposed to make it happen big time were missing in that event. But thank God today, we have Archbishop, who is always telling us to praise God, to look up to God as our sustainer. He has been to places, he has seen faces. In a world where you expect him to do something else, he's using